This is Debra Cohen in beautiful Georgia, USA. And I am here with you to do a live broadcast from twitch.tv and Amazon Music if you have the mobile app. So thank you for being here today, and we will get started after this station break. You are my healer. You are my deliverer. You are my fortress, my God. In you I will trust. And I'm just looking at me on Amazon. Just go to the Amazon Music mobile app and look for my profile, artist profile, Debra Cohen, and I will be streaming on the mobile app. How cool is that? And so if you're listening to this as a podcast, I have created a tiny URL link. It's tinyurl.com/Debra, Debra, dash Cohen, Cohen, dash music, dash Amazon. Again, that's tinyurl.com/Debra dash Cohen dash music dash Amazon. Oh, I need to make a commercial for that. That would be really cool. Okay, so happy Mother's Day 2022 if you are a mom. And we're talking today about a song that I wrote years ago, looking for love before I met my wonderful husband, Marty. I just wanted to share one song, and I actually wrote this song in the 90s. And this was when I tried different kinds of love as a former rock and roller. You can hear my music online, Debra Cohen, if you want to hear one of the radio songs that made it in the 80s when new wave was the thing. You can look for Boston Nights by Debra Cohen, or the B-side Dreamin'. I think I spelled it Dreamin, but maybe it's Dreaming. I don't know what I put. I kept changing the spelling for some reason. Trying to be different. You know, the youth, they want to be unique. And so does everybody. We want to be known for something special. But most of all, we want to be loved. And in the schools that I went to as a young person, I didn't really know what love was. I didn't have exemplary parents. And the kind of love that was popular in the 60s when I was a teenager, in the 70s, 60s, 70s, was peace, love, and hippie love, flower power, and all that stuff. And so I had the wrong idea of what love was because I didn't know God. And so I was looking for God's love, but I was looking for God's love in people, which is possible. But if you don't know God yourself, you have to love yourself first before you can share that divine love that is possible to be inside each one of us. You have to have God's love in you first before you can share it with somebody else. Otherwise, you're going to be experiencing a carnal love, which is not the same thing. It's not. And it's usually found in promiscuity, and it's great in the beginning, but it wears off like a candle that burns out. And then this is why we have so much divorce in this country and lack of commitment and loose living. But anyway, no judgment, just the truth. God's love is for everyone. Everybody can know God's love. But first of all, you need to be aware of God's love and reading his holy book. So I was looking around in different books, and I found this book, Looking for Love in a Book, because I couldn't find it in people. So I was looking for love in a book and looking for what love is, because I didn't know what it was. And I came across this poet, Khalil Gibran, and his words were dreamy love and pure and mystical. And I wanted to know what that love was. So I'm going to share the words from the poet Khalil Gibran on love. If you can be in a place where you're able to hear me, maybe practice your yoga breathing while I read these words to you. This is when I was looking for love when I wrote this song. So I think I'm setting the scene for you. So when you hear this song, you can understand what I'm saying better, because some of the words I'm using are really about divine love, but I'm looking for a higher love. Stevie Winwood sang, "Give me a higher love." On love, Khalil Gibran. When love beckons to you, follow him, though his ways are hard and steep. And when his wings enfold you, yield to him, though the sword hidden among his pinions may wound you. And when he speaks to you, believe in him, though his voice may shatter your dreams as the north wind lays waste the garden. For even as love crowns you, so shall he crucify you. Even as he is for your growth, so is he for your pruning. Even as he ascends to your height and caresses your tenderest branches that quiver in the sun, so shall he descend to your roots and shake them in their clinging to the earth. Like sheaves of corn, he gathers you unto himself. He threshes you to make you naked. He sifts you to free you from your husks. He grinds you to whiteness. He kneads you until you are pliant. And then he assigns you to his sacred fire, that you may become sacred bread for God's sacred feast. All these things shall love do unto you, that you may know the secrets of your heart, and in the knowledge become a fragment of life's heart. But if in your fear you would seek only love's peace and love's pleasure, then it is better for you that you cover your nakedness and pass out of love's threshing floor into the seasonless world, where you shall laugh, but not all of your laughter, and weep, but not all of your tears. Love gives not but itself, and takes not but from itself. Love possesses not, nor would it be possessed, for love is sufficient unto love. When you love, you should not say, God is in my heart, but rather, I am in the heart of God. And think not you can direct the course of love, for love, if it finds you worthy, directs your course. Love has no other desire but to fulfill itself. But if you love and must needs have desires, let these be your desires: to melt and be like a running brook that sings its melody to the night, to know the pain of too much tenderness, to be wounded by your own understanding of love, and to bleed willingly and joyfully, to wake at dawn with a winged heart and give thanks for another day of loving, to rest at the noon hour and meditate love's ecstasy, to return home at eventide with gratitude, and then to sleep with a prayer for the beloved in your heart and a song of praise upon your lips. And this is the poet Khalil Gibran, entitled On Love. This is Debra Cohen reading this poem. And at a time in my life in the 90s when I was looking for love as a very lonely lady, having been used, abused, and discarded, broken-hearted, lonely as can be, I came across this poem, and you can see in the reading of the first paragraph, when love beckons you. The words that I use in my lyrics are highly influenced by this poem. So now when you hear the words, you'll understand where I was at and where some of these words come from. Khalil Gibran. I recorded this for the first time in 2012, which this video that you'll see is 10 years ago that I recorded this. So don't be alarmed when you see me singing beside myself 10 years ago and now in 2022. So let me get the lyrics ready and be blessed in your search for love. If you haven't found love yet, be encouraged to know there is a soulmate out there for you.
Your wings around me, I'll surrender, dear. Take away my fear. I believe you, yes, I believe you. What is this thing called love that I've been dreaming of? And it drives me where I dare not go, a place I never have known.
And that is Thing Called Love. And hopefully, now that you've heard the poet Khalil Gibran, his poem on love, you understand what my lyrics are influenced by or who they're influenced by. That song, Thing Called Love, will be in the stores May 27th, 2022. I just felt like it was time to release it. And interesting in hindsight how I can look back and remember how lonely I was. And I hope that you're not. I hope you have somebody to be with, but if you don't, I hope that this song encourages you and the story behind it to let you know there is a lover of your soul, a divine love, and somebody who knows that divine love that wants to share it with you. It's a beautiful thing to experience the love of God with another soul. So may you know this love this year. I thank you for listening. I hope that you will share my music. Debra, Cohen. I am a psalmist, so most of my songs are psalms. But as you have just heard, I also write love songs and songs for TV, film, and movies as well. Thank you for sharing my music. Sharing is caring. And tune in again on twitch.tv. The handle is As Life Happens, DOTORG. That's on Twitch. Why aslifehappens.org? Well, because I have a store as a musician. I had to come up with some merch during COVID to keep my boat afloat. So please consider shopping on my e-commerce store. It is aslifehappens.org, or the quick link to the store is aslifehappens.shop, because as we survive COVID in the midst of yet another rise in the viral count here in 2022, there's another surge. Now there's another booster. There's 4 shots now for this plague in the year 2022 in May. But those that are still here, we're trying to make things work, and merch is how I, as an indie artist, am trying to keep my boat floating. So please stop by my merch store. I just have a new yoga line because I also teach free yoga classes online for adults, beginners, or those recovering from illness with the doctor's permission, or older adults like me. The class links for Zoom are listed on my website, aslifehappens.org, and the merch store again is aslifehappens.shop. And don't forget, you can also watch this broadcast on Amazon Music. Thank you to Amazon, who allows indie artists to broadcast on Amazon. How cool is that? So the tiny URL to get to the show on Amazon is tinyurl.com/Debra-Cohen-music-Amazon. Okay, whatever. Okay, I'll see you next week, hopefully at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time every Sunday on twitch.tv and Amazon Music mobile app. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Let's do some outro.